Welcome to the Movement Monday podcast. My name's Nick, and I'm here with
Joshua.
Nathan.
Hey, what's good? I'm Kurt.
Caleb.
Cool. Welcome, as Nick said, to Movement Monday podcast, episode 15.
Hey, am I?
We need to get.
We're Josh's age on the pod now.
I thought.
Super cool.
We need to get Andrea on here.
No, we were.
You're my wife on the pod?
Yes, we need to.
I think my wife
We're,
would like
we're
to be
legally.
You'll cover
We're
one
now
of the
legally
things.
allowed to drive. The pod
We
is
have
legally allowed
we
to drive.
have
I
a
am.
learner's permit.
Yep.
That's right. Last week we were
We should go on a pod field trip.
like we were new into high school. Now we're like second year high school. We can drive.
Late
We're
last
cool.
year. Late of the first year.
Last week. What?
No.
Land of Legs. Yes,
15,
butter.
No, 15-year-olds are like end of freshman year. Or beginning of freshman year. Normally, it's beginning.
If we get her on the pod, it'd cover one of her squares.
It's true. Last week at in our youth ministry, we did a bingo board, and my wife was only missing 2 of them. My wife hasn't been on the pod yet, so.
She hasn't
But
done free space.
Oh, well, I don't think. Yeah, she did mark that.
Yeah,
That's the free one.
yeah,
That
but
it.
she still hasn't.
Hey,
gone
biggest
to
thing,
the
if you
free
want to be on the podcast and you are part of our crew, let us know on
You
Wednesdays.
don't even have to let us know. You can just show up.
or
Hey, Dave, they'll
or
know where
just
we
show
are.
up. It's cool.
Dave was gonna come, but he couldn't make it.
You don't even need to be just
Ryan
someone
wants
we
to get
know.
back on
You can
here.
just show up.
Just
Yeah.
we get that.
Here's our address.
We're gonna get a monster rando in here one day. And we're like, oh, there you are.
Hi.
Thanks for coming on the pod. You found out where we are. It's very cool.
I mean,
You can now
it's
tell
pretty
everyone.
easy though.
The people that know us and where we are.
Well, not
Again, we
only
don't
that-
give like specifics of anything.
Isn't Movement Monday podcast? Isn't it tied to your like personal YouTube channel?
I'm like the operator behind it, but it's not tied to mine.
Oh, okay.
It's not tied to my personal one. No.
Okay, because if it
So-
was, then that'd be really easy to find.
No, I do. It's its own channel. It's operated by me, but it's not.
Yeah.
It has nothing other than being operated by me. There's no information about that on there.
I did
so.
wonder that before, because we have a lot of media out there that does show who we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Because
this
like
one.
if
This
they found
one.
if they found your YouTube channel, they could instantly find us.
I subscribe to our channel.
No, not just that.
So-
Not just that. You have the Dick Barron memorial service on there. Yeah,
On
that-
my channel, yes.
Yeah, and if you you can pretty much you can really easily find out where you're from.
True. This one has no information other than it's Movement Monday.
Oh crap! That was a huge job, wasn't
What?
He
What? My grandpa?
it? Yeah.
He's in heaven. So
Okay.
he's not gonna mind.
never mind. We're gonna get to heaven and he's gonna be like, put me on your podcast? Well, I didn't, but my
Josh did.
my friend Josh did. It's okay. So, and then he'd be like, what the heck's a podcast? I'm like, okay, Dickie, it's fine. So it's no big deal. Hey, thanks for tuning in. If you have not already, we always say this at the end of the podcast, but if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Biggest thing too, let us know how we can be praying for you. That's a big thing we ask at the end of the pod. We always close out with prayer. The big question tonight, as I was thinking about the podcast today, of like, all right, what do we want to talk about? Spend some time in prayer of just going, okay. So I turned and I have all these sticky notes in my office, which my wife doesn't really like, but it's all these cool reminders, like sermon illustrations and all sorts of stuff. But one of the things, and we're going to talk about tonight, are habits. So what's something you do on the daily, or something that you do that you don't even realize that you do? It's just like ingrained into you now. It's just this habit that you do without even thinking. What do you got?
I can do a demonstration.
Can't wait for everyone to hear. So you crack your knuckles without even like.
Yeah.
You just sit there and be
I'll
like-
just do it. Like today I was doing that for like 2 minutes straight. My friend's like, "Why are you? Why are you still doing that?" I'm like, "Oh crap."
right?
Yeah.
Now everyone's cracking their knuckles, except for Nathan.
Nathan's too cool for that
Nick-
stuff.
Nick- Ah,
Yeah.
never mind. He cracked his. It's peer pressure in the funniest way possible.
I
Do
shake
you
my
crack
hands
your-
off. So, I have a habit.
You're good. We can hear you.
Okay. I have a habit, and it irritates my parents, but where I don't really use paper towels or anything after I wash my hands, I just shake my hands off.
I only do that at church, not church, at school. I went through everything.
I don't ever do that. Like, I sometimes do it, but I never do.
I never do it. I do it at, I only ever do it at,
Well, you said youth and
school.
church. They're both at church, but
I was
They're-
trying to
they're in
process
different
through things in my
areas
mind.
of
Be
church,
quiet,
though.
Nathan.
Yeah,
but
but
they share the same
both are
restroom.
in the same area.
But I only do it at my school because they don't have paper towels. They just have blow dryers, and those things take way too long.
And they're loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you
I
use
just
paper
like
towels. You just like.
I just,
yeah. I don't.
and that's why if you ever see me just slinging my hands, that's why. It's become a habit.
Why not paper towels? I don't think I've ever asked you. Gets in the way? Just annoys you? Just like, I don't care? Saving the environment?
Just air drying.
Okay, that works.
I do that at school though. I don't
That's pretty
blow
funny.
dry my hands.
Why do they even have blow dryers? Like
I don't
they used to always have paper towels, and
Oh.
now it's just like why?
I don't know why.
I like the Dyson hand dryer.
Kids wet like paper towels and then throw them at the wall.
Oh,
They do that
that'll
with
do
toilet
it.
paper.
I know.
It's still. Yeah,
It's
nobody
worse than
nobody
toilet
wants to
paper.
wipe without toilet paper. That's awkward. Anyway,
That's
that-
why paper towels are always the backup.
Ugh. I would just rather not go to the bathroom. There's that. All right, anybody else? Caleb shakes his hands. It's pretty funny if you actually see it. I've never really noticed. Like, I've noticed, but
I
then
noticed-
not enough to be like, oh, that's something you do because you don't dry your hands off with a paper towel.
I
That's pretty funny.
noticed Sometimes I notice that I'm doing it just for no reason. Like, I'll just be standing there and just, like, shaking my hands.
Gotcha. All right. Nick, Nathan, what do you guys got?
Okay, I have two.
Sweet.
One I think like almost everyone does, and one I think just I do.
What's the first
Well,
one? What's one everyone does?
bounce their leg.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
Oh.
bounce it.
Yeah. I think
like
everyone does
Almost
that.
everyone does that.
yes. Caleb's
Yeah.
doing it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've known Caleb for so long that he does it a lot. And I
I
just
do
don't
so
even
much.
really notice anymore.
I know. Like in my
You're
sometimes.
like, okay.
Sometimes I do it like on my foot, and sometimes my shoes are squeaky when it does that, and it takes off one of my friends.
I
That
used
would
to
be a lie.
I used to
Like
do
it
it.
actually sometimes sounds like that.
I used to do it so badly that in class I would actually hit the tables and like bump them. It used to be really bad.
Oh, I
Caleb,
forgot
the
about another. I forgot
human
about another.
earthquake.
I am a professional lean back in chair person.
Oh.
Yes, that was what I was gonna say.
That you only
Well-
do that? Heck no! I've been doing this
No,
since
no,
second.
no, no, no.
I've been doing this
I
since
did-
second
I
grade.
did it in kindergarten.
Well,
I've been
no,
doing it since
I leaned
kindergarten.
back.
And one time I did it
back
and I
like on
fell.
One at a time.
the twos.
You
I
guys
lean
are
back like with
talking
the
over it.
chair. But I like just lean my back back.
Oh.
But
Yeah. But like it has gotten to the point where like every year it's been like teachers like if you fall I'm gonna laugh at you, and it's I have never actually fallen and hurt myself.
choices, consequences.
People
That's
in
what I
my
call it.
class who do that have.
I have fallen twice in my life, and both times I have pretty good reflexes. I have fallen twice.
map
One time was like
Huh?
I said reflexes. What the heck is map testing has to do with it?
Like this.
Oh
It's
no!
like
I just thought how you said. Imagine having to do that.
Be quiet.
I fell in kindergarten.
But yeah, I have pretty good reflexes, and I just scanned out before. I fell in 7th grade, and I fell in 9th grade.
Well,
On a
you're
roller
having
chair.
your own conversation.
Oh, sorry.
I'm over here laughing at Nick, who just goes.
Fell in-
Yeah, I fell in kindergarten.
We all fell in kindergarten, but yours
Yeah.
was just so out of context.
I
Like,
did it with the
I-
chair and I fell.
I'm just laughing like you guys are. No, I wasn't here. Nick just. I fell in kindergarten. It just came out.
Which the only chairs that I
That
don't
was
go
really
back in
funny.
now because I fell in one of them was a rolly chair.
I was rolling, and
I
then
wonder
my thing
why.
hit the table,
I wonder
and
how
then
that-
I like did like a corkscrew and I fell.
I caught myself at least. But
Nice.
All right, so
Okay.
you lean back, but you also. What was your first one?
Down
Sounds
south.
like-
Oh, bounce your leg. Oh
But-
yeah, that's
but-
right.
I have another.
All right, what else you
So,
got?
ever since band camp,
oh gosh,
I've been looking at
Walking?
what?
looking,
Looking?
Looking
Oh, okay.
you're looking.
at
All right,
Like
zip
that.
it.
at the step pattern that people are going in and trying to match their step.
Oh,
That's
like-
become a habit that you do now. Like
Yes, like
you're
I look at
you're looking
people's-
someone's cadence and figure out.
and
Like-
then walk in step with them.
Oh, so you're like walking and
yeah.
then you try to time theirs.
you made me think of another one.
Oh, that's pretty
I
cool.
always,
That's
I
hilarious.
always try to step in like you know how normally there's tiles where like it's white and then there's like one gray in a row or whatever.
Yes.
Sometimes I always walk in a pattern. I always walk to where I'm not stepping on one of the rows
Yeah, I do
with
that
gray
too.
tiles.
I
with the colored tiles.
I will occasionally not step on the lines.
Cracks, I know.
Yeah.
I will not step on cracks.
Oh, I don't care about cracks.
And it was like
Well,
I will
actually,
do
yeah, no,
that,
I do.
like just to kind of do that. But then I'll also count
'Cause it's like a
like
challenge.
how far it takes me.
Yeah.
Like if we're walking like
Yeah, I
the
do
brick
that
path
too.
around our church,
It adds
I'll walk around like
enthusiasm.
1, 2, 3, and I'm in the next block. I'm like 1, 2, 3, next
Yes,
block.
I do
1,
that.
2,
Yeah,
3.
no, I'm
Then
like
I'm like, then if I get to like 1, 2 and a half, I'm like, no, get back on 3, and I have to
Okay,
do that.
so-
Maybe because we're musicians and that just has to do with
Yeah.
everything.
And
Do you guys ever count your steps like that?
Yes.
No,
Weirdos.
I'm always. You're weird.
You're,
And
Yeah,
then-
no, but
you
I
guys
always,
don't count when you walk. How
either that
weird
or
are
I
you?
always just try to keep my
Well,
my foot inside
well-
one of the squares or whatever.
when I walk from my mom's
Child.
mom's school where she works over to middle school.
The
They
elementary
have
school
that-
over the middle school.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those
Yeah,
schools
yeah.
over there, and then
Like,
you.
okay, those three are like all next to each other. Like, what the
Yeah.
heck?
And I'm in walking distance of all three.
I know. Like, what
And then
the,
guess what?
like,
He
what
lives
the heck?
across the street from both of them.
I know.
We're talking about
Like, what the heck?
habits.
My school.
I
My
literally
school.
just have to
We're just
walk
talking about
across
habits.
the
My
road
school
to
and
get
middle
to the
school are like
house.
10 minutes apart.
I just have to walk across the
Alright.
road to get to high school,
Very
Right.
true.
which will probably take 10 minutes because it takes forever for traffic to go by.
Very true.
Yeah. Nick.
Did you have another one, Nick?
Oh, I got two.
Okay, Nick's got 2.
Okay. Oh yeah. Where'd you get
My
it first?
teachers don't like when I do this. The first one is every time I like get in class, I always like lean back and like prop my foot up on something,
Yeah, that would drive me nuts too.
and like
Yeah.
sometimes, and then like I'll lean back and do my work, and my teachers don't like it.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't
no.
lean- I don't lean back and do work.
And then
I'm with your
also-
teachers, but that's you. Okay.
Also, I feel like everybody used to do it or still does it. Like I'll swing my leg back.
Oh,
and
wait,
forth,
wait, wait.
No.
Like back and forth.
Speaking of school,
I
shaking
do
your
that, but-
pencil in your fingers, just like
I-
shaking it
Oh,
back.
yeah.
I am so bad at spinning pencils. Like, I wish I could do that. I am just not talented.
I always had my pencil, like, if I was not writing with it, it was in my mouth.
My wife's is always like behind, like in her ear, like
I don't
puts it
understand-
right
I don't
there.
understand that.
And like we've been like out to eat.
Kurt,
I'm like, excuse me, ma'am. Pen has to go down. She's like, oh my goodness. So it's like you got to be out of teacher mode here, babe. You got to put the pen back in the car. So I always have a knife or a pen on me all the time. So
Always have to be ready for. Always have to be ready for mugged.
you never know when I have to sign something or have to cut something open
Or you're gonna be nubbed. Or you're being mugged.
or I'm being nubbed. Yes.
Mugged.
I'm being nubbed. Actually, I'm being nubbed.
Watch
I
out,
need
man.
help.
Hey, you gonna step away, you gonna get nubbed. I hope that sounded really cool on the pod.
You should
That
get
was
butterfly
really,
knife.
that was really cool. No, butterfly knife had actually cut my fingers off.
Oh,
and that'd be,
oh.
No, you have
and
to
then
use the practice
I'd
one.
be looking for nub and Anyways, all right. So what made me think of this question was
Kurt, wait, you have to tell you.
that's me. I am doing. That's
Okay.
why I thought about this is because a habit that I have. Hey, there you go.
One more.
Yeah, go, dude.
I drag my feet because I work in a chicken house, and if I pick my feet up inside, a chicken will run under it and
Oh,
get
like
stepped
this?
on.
Wow.
This,
So you kind of shuffle your feet.
like
Yeah.
this.
Almost exactly like that.
That's a good idea. Good call.
I have to
So
shuffle.
it's like and you do it like without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's just like you go right in. And you're like, that's what I got. Because last thing.
And he's been doing it for so long.
There you go.
Yeah. And so I walk like that around, like outside.
Just it's one of the habits you have. So anyway, so what made me think of this is one of the habits I do. I have again like you guys. I have numerous ones, but I'm a checker.
Checker.
I am a checker. One of the things I do, I will.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? Woodchuck could chuck wood.
Woodchuck don't chuck wood, so this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's.
It
it's
doesn't
saying
make-
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
But it doesn't make sense because woodchuck don't touch your wood.
I know, but they're saying how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Yeah,
He's got a point.
it does. Who? Josh or me?
Both.
Yes.
But they're saying the hypothetical, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck? If they're saying if a woodchuck could chuck wood, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck?
How'd we get on this? Anyways, I would.
Seashells by seashore.
I think
Said
the moral of the
She
story
says
is
seashells
by
Adam
seashore.
needs to be slapped when he names these creatures.
Characters, creatures, all the things. So, but a checker is I check to see if like I have my wallet, my phone, my keys.
Oh, I always
I am-
get them.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, I know
I've
that.
done that since I was in high school. And one of my classes, like
Special?
my teacher told me, he's like, I'm a checker. I'm always, I'm making sure my watch is on or my ring, or I just walk around just like,
Yeah.
my
Especially
gracious,
when I
I
have, like,
never knew that. So
like-
now I walk out of my
Like,
house,
before it does fall out
I
or
check
anything.
Yeah, I
numerous
always check,
times.
especially
Every
at my,
time the bell
especially at my
rings,
school.
Yes.
I always
Because
like check my
I will
record.
always check like when I'm walking down the wall, like when I'm getting into class, like maybe even when I'm walking down the hallway, I'll just check water bottle, phone, portable charger, earbuds.
Okay, we need like a mute button. So you're like, so Nancy says she's like, I got. Who's it?
I got.
No, I'll
Anyways,
always check
okay.
my backpack before the bell.
Okay, so you guys are so that's why I'm a checker. That's just
I check my entire
We are.
house at least 3 times before I leave.
yep. It's just one of the things like because I've walked out without
I have
my
left the stove on
phone
before.
and that's a
Wow.
scary one.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a gas. Is it a gas stove?
No.
Okay, then you're good.
It was actually the oven.
It's a
My-
wood burning fire.
Yes.
Ooh.
That would be sick if you had one
My house would be a lot warmer if I had one of those.
of those. Yeah, because you can control it, and that'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Power outages. We all go to Caleb's house. It's freezing outside. Caleb has wood
Okay, if
from
you-
the woodchuck that
if
could
you-
chuck wood.
If we ever have a power outage, I just need to go to my garage. That thing is so warm.
We don't all have your
I mean,
garage
I
stuff.
Yeah, just go to the church. Come over to my house.
Sitting next to Caleb has to be my favorite spot on the pod ever. Why have I not sat next to you in 15 episodes? You and I have the exact same brain right now. We're like, man, I'm just gonna go sit in my garage. It's warm. Can I just?
I mean, I didn't want to leave it silent, but I didn't have a response for it. So.
In kindergarten, I fell down.
This is what makes the pod fun. All right, so in the roundabout of all the things
The
we
whole
talked-
tech team does.
this is in
Yeah.
Not the whole tech team, but
Most-
everyone on the
yeah.
pod is tech team.
yes, it's not a tech team pod, but it is the host of the podcast are all tech team. So yes, here at our church.
When Emily gets back.
Which is why we're going to have a
No, we have a-
shorter
we
pod
actually have a lot
tonight
of
because we
tech
did a
team.
brief
Yeah,
tech
we-
team training.
Yeah.
There's
There are like a lot.
yeah, there's like everyone that.
There's 10 people in the pod.
Are you in the tech team group chat yet? Yeah. Everyone in that.
I've been.
I was just curious. Everyone in that's something.
Wait.
We
Or
used to
not
have
pod, tech team.
we used to have 3, and trips were very stressful.
Yeah,
Yes.
like.
Because Caleb and I would have to balance of, wait, you're not here, I'm not here, and the pastor's not here.
Well, the pastor wasn't helping anyway.
Who's not? True, but like he was one of the guys like, if something did go wrong, he actually knows. He's like on the tech team without. No, he has a tech team shirt. So in reality, our pastor is on the tech team.
Shirts?
No, I was talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get you one.
I was
I
not.
need-
I have one
talking
in my
about
office. I'll get it for you.
Good.
I'll go.
Our
I'll get it for you.
pastor
I'll get it for
currently, I was talking about our previous pastor.
Our previous pastor? No.
Oh.
Our previous pastor was just.
Was not being helpful.
No, and he did some things I don't agree with.
Nobody agrees.
Who did?
Moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah.
So why?
Sorry, detracted there.
Sorry, that was my bad.
Watch this cool rabbit trail that we're gonna grab the rabbit and throw him in the woodchuck hole, where there's no wood.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck
A woodchuck could chuck a
Maybe.
chuck ton of wood.
You had to think about that one, didn't you? Just like,
No, I was trying to think of the rhyme because there was an original rhyme to repeat after it, but I completely forgot it, so I just said chuck ton.
Oh,
a chuck ton. Okay, I would have.
Chugga chugga toot toot.
Way to go. Moving on. That's the trans.
Yeah, a woodchuck is a wood.
That's the transition here.
There's a woodchuck in my house.
It doesn't chuck wood though.
What? Anyways, when it comes to our habits, we have things that we do, whether checking or cracking our knuckles, shaking our hands, whatever. But why I ask this question is, what are the habits that you have when it comes to your relationship with God? What do you do that we would classify as a holy habit? Something you do that helps you stay connected with God. Like you don't you're walking, you pray, whatever it is. So what's something that you do? One at a time. Ready?
I've got two.
Nick's going.
I've got 2. So it always is in the morning time. Every time before I leave to go somewhere, there's like a cross thing hanging on my wall,
Cool.
and I kiss my 2 pointer and middle finger, and I touch it before I leave. And before every class, I have a cross keychain on my backpack.
Cool.
So before every class, I'll kiss it before I walk in.
There you go. On your backpack.
It's like a keychain.
Oh, sweet. I'm just seeing Nick
No,
take his
you
bag
gave-
off. And
No.
You gave it to me.
Paper tiger.
Remember, it's that.
Okay.
It's the wooden one that you gave me.
Oh,
The
from Israel.
it's the one.
Huh?
From
Remember?
Israel for the Lesson Go backpacks a few years ago.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The
Perfect. Yeah.
wooden one.
I think Nathan's mom gave those.
And then
Let's go off of that.
Yeah,
but Chris got
yeah, and then
them from
Yes.
Israel.
it's on my backpack.
I got one of those in my office. I have a lot of stuff in there. So that's cool. All right. So something you do. Cool. What else we got? So that keeps you focused on what's important. You're moving into your next class. You're waking up. That's something you do. That's just a holy habit that you do. Wake up. You see your cross right there, or before you walk out of your room. That's something cool that you do. That's super fun. I like it. That focus you in. All right. Anybody else? What we got? What are some holy habits that you do that that keep God at the forefront? And the pod went silent.
I don't really know. I don't really have habits for stuff like my brain, for studying. Let's go with that. My brain just works hey, this is what I need to think about now. And sometimes just that'll show up. I don't know why. It really hasn't happened before, but in world history, that class, I've just been thinking about everything in my brain and pulling out stuff, especially Christian stuff. I don't know why. It just.
Well, that's what you've probably been most raised in.
Yeah, it just shows up
Being that you're a PK,
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense.
Well,
but you're connecting things also that you've learned here at church from like your dad and me and
Yeah.
others, especially like small group stuff too, to where when we've talked about certain topics and they connect with what's going on in the world or other parts of history, like that's during this time frame.
I guess I'm just
Like,
kind of good at connecting things. In my
You've
head.
got connected brain.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Just random things show up in my head and just stay in there for some reason.
Random songs pop up in my head. Work out.
I hate that I can't memorize like song lyrics. I used to be so good at it, and now I just can't. Like, I have listened to so much Red Hot Chili Peppers. I cannot sing a full song.
That's God telling you that you don't need to memorize all the Chili Pepper songs.
some of them are fun.
I used to remember all these songs, but now I can't do it. Yeah, you got Chili Pepper brain, and that's probably what.
even people that aren't as bad as Chili Peppers, I can't like memorize. Like I just can't memorize songs anymore for some reason.
That kind of scares
Not
me.
like Chili Peppers.
Why?
You're
Like-
too young to be losing your memory, Josh.
It's true.
Well-
I agree.
I think it was more that I was used to younger brain, because especially when you're really young, you can memorize things like that.
Yeah.
That's
That,
true.
that is a point I was going to make. As we get older, we have more information to internalize, so it can be harder to store all of it. I did hear somewhere though, I don't remember where, but a healthy human brain was meant to store enough information to fit inside a big public library. But anyway, it's
I
just
feel-
what that
But
reminded
I feel
me
like
of.
a lot of brains are unhealthy nowadays.
Yeah, that's
I don't
the
even
point.
have a book. What are we getting at? Like, my brain used to store the entire Library of Congress. What are you at now? I'm at like a page.
Stick it in
I'm
a sticky note.
at a post-it note,
Yeah.
and it's blank. I don't even
I
know.
don't even know what color it is.
They all used to be yellow, so
invisible.
now
Because like there are some people who they're like quadlingual. I'm just like, how many libraries you got?
some people are quadrilaterals.
They are not quadrilateral.
Quadrilateral.
They are not quadrilaterals.
Some people have 4 brains. Like
You
what?
look like a square.
You look like a
Is that an insult or a compliment?
Is that where people get it? Like, look, man, he's a square. It's like, does that mean like that dude's like wicked smart?
Nathan,
Like,
Nathan,
I'm
I
gonna
got a
start-
question. Is that an insult or a compliment?
Yes.
Depends on how you want to take it.
I'm gonna say yes in the fact of compliment. I'm gonna let Nathan just dangle it right there and be like, I don't know what it is.
I wouldn't mind being a square.
Okay,
I wouldn't mind being the quad.
You know, I'd rather be.
I'd look very sharp.
I'd rather be a triangle. Nate, I'd rather be a
I'd
triangle.
always be trying to cut corners.
You would not be trying to cut corners. You want to cut
Dude.
some yourself off?
Dude,
You know, get some off the sides, get a nice
whopping
hairdo.
dad jokes over here.
I know.
He's like, why would you want to take some off the sides? I'm like, 'cause he's a square, man.
No, I know. I'm saying, why would you want to cut off part of yourself?
What?
Gotta look.
How did this is like
Gotta
this is like an
chill, gotta
original
smooth.
episode 1 pod.
You know,
tonight.
everyone wants to be a circle.
This is a
No,
real
I want to be a
conversation.
triangle. Triangles are the strongest shapes. You know that?
They're also very pointy.
I know that.
Is
You're
this a real conversation?
This is
Yes,
a real
this is a
conversation.
real conversation.
Everything on here may seem fake, but it's real.
Here's a fun fact. If you were to make a point on a circle in like 1 degree, if you were to move 1 degree at the very end of the year, it would, let me rephrase this. If you were to move a point 1 degree in rotation at the very end of the year, it would take you 72 years to make a full circle.
Wow.
I feel like it'd be longer.
I do too. Technically.
Because there are 360 degrees in a circle and 365
days in a year.
I didn't say that right. I calculated it in my head this morning.
You mean if you move a rotation a day, like 1 degree a day,
That's it.
it'll take you
Ah.
a
If you
year
move
and a day.
If you move 1 degree a day and then make a point at the very end of the year, then it'll take 72 years to make a full circle.
That
I'm
doesn't
almost finished with numbers.
make sense.
Nice.
Because you'll be going more than a full circle each time.
You know your mic turns off.
Oh, 365.
But you only make a point at the last day of
5
the year.
times 5, 365 by 5. Yeah, 71. 71 does not, right.
72.
72 makes sense, yeah.
Yes, math.
8, 6, 7, 8.
In Spanish, matemáticas. I don't. Yep, nope. That's all I got.
Mathematicus?
Matemáticas.
Five?
I don't know. I was on my way to
Spanish.
Summit this morning because
I think
for
you may be
visit.
right. I'm pulling up my calculator.
I was
My brain isn't braining
just
right now.
visiting Summit this morning, and for some reason I just calculated that. I have no idea why.
You are correct.
Of course he's-
72 days.
Your brain isn't braining because you're a square and the brain is not cubed.
No, my frontal lobe is being dumb right now. How about that?
All right. So, holy habits. One of the things I do, mine's similar. We're going to loop back around here. One of the things I do, or the main thing I do in the morning, and I've talked about this, probably you guys in the small group, and Caleb's heard me say it a whole bunch of times. But before my feet hit the ground, like I'm wide awake, my alarm goes off, everything else, before feet go down, and I've done this for the longest time, is that I spend time in prayer. I will sit on the edge of my bed, maybe half asleep, but it's not a long prayer. It's but it is specific and detailed. I'm just going. My first thing is, thank you for waking me up. So I'm a firm believer that we wake up on borrowed breath. So God breathed new life into me. So I'm super thankful for that. I ask for protection from my family, that He be present throughout the day, that He keep me safe, be with me throughout the day, that I just acknowledge the most important relationship in my life before I start my day. Then my feet hit the ground. I put my sandals on, because I wear shoes in my house. Put my little flip-flops or sandals, and I go, and then I start my day. But that is the main thing. That is one of the most. And then if I have time after I drop my kids off at school and then come here to church, in between taking care of my dogs, or my dog and my chickens. But I get here, first thing I do is spend time in the Word. I'm doing Bible reading plan throughout the year. So that's one of the first things I do before anything else. And then start my day. So those two important things. Like, I don't check email, I don't do anything else. I spend time in the Word, and then I go off and make images and post on Instagram and all this stuff.
Habit, like the Lord habit or whatever. Every time we get, or like we're stuck in traffic, because of a wreck, I always pray for the people that got into a wreck.
There you go.
That's good.
That's a perfect thing to do, because that's a giant perspective thing. Because if you would have left any earlier, or any,
Could have been there.
you could have been there, or you left on time, you could have been in it. So it's always,
What do you mean left on time? You're leaving late?
what?
You're leaving
Sometimes
late?
that's a good thing.
Yeah, very rarely.
What do you mean if I'm leaving late? What?
You're saying if you leave on time, that could have been you. You're leaving late then?
Yeah, I very rarely leave on time.
You are one of the craziest people I know.
I am punctual at airports, Disney World, and
Of course it's Disney.
and
Why
church.
would it not be?
I'm because you know why to be punctual, right? If not, there's other people that are gonna get there before me, and that's
Oh,
just
yeah, I know that.
that's just.
But like, of
I'm
course it's Disney,
Of course
and not
it-
your own job.
Why would it
I
not be
get
Disney?
here.
You are later than me today.
Okay.
All right, fine. Anyways,
Okay, while we're still in like the haha moment.
but
Aren't
we transitioned over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ha ha.
He har har.
We switched sides.
You
All right.
know,
Okay, ready.
I've
Go.
been thinking
That's scary.
life without music would really be flat. I'm just saying.
Do you get that, Nick? Okay, just making sure.
He doesn't. He has said
Oh, okay.
I can tell
Anyways.
on his face.
All right. Any other holy habit that you have that helps something you do throughout the day? Again, big thing with me, I listen to different podcasts, whether it's leadership or ministry podcast, worship music throughout the day, whatever that actually looks like. My wife has this huge worship playlist, and then I go off and like kind of on tangents and do like Christian metal stuff. So it kind of depends. Kind of do like what is called preachcore. She's like actually like screaming the gospel, which is really fun. Go check it out. This band's called Sleeping Giant and Bloodlines and all these stuff. They're awesome.
Wait till
Good.
I make grunt Christian.
Grunt?
Yeah.
What is grunt?
Grunge.
Grunge?
Sorry. I'm
Get it right, Joshua.
these people are grunting the entire
Yeah,
time.
like grunge?
Better than nothing.
That's-
Without that, it would still be flat. So.
You know what that's
anything-
called? Bluegrass.
Nirvana.
I'd listen to Nirvana if I'd listen to Nirvana anyways, but like Christian
Imagine
Nirvana,
Christian Nirvana. That'd be very odd.
that'd be awesome.
People. There would be
Music.
many. There would be many people who absolutely despise it.
Well,
Yeah, and they're entitled to
Yeah,
do
that's
It's
fine.
two different. It's two different genres with different fans.
Yeah.
Very
Clashing
true.
Together is like
The emos and the
Kinda
Christians
like-
finally meet.
There's been
Israel.
emo Christian bands forever.
I know.
Kind of like Israel.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. It's just a battle between it. One of the big things, as prepping today, was one of my favorite passages that has been preached, but it wasn't preached like at a time when we weren't gathering together, like 2020 or even into 2021. And it comes from Hebrews 10:25. It says, "Do not give up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing," where we just get completely out of the swing of our relationship with God, our community of faith, coming to church, being a part of a small group, now being a part of a podcast, stuff like that. But it says, "But encourage one another all the more until you see the day approaching." So in the days that are coming, as we're one day closer to Jesus, to being in heaven, and we don't know when that is, but encourage one another and live in these habits that are healthy, that are good, that are spiritually nurturing and maturing you, to where you're moving from what Paul calls milk to meat. You're growing where it's not just, hey, I'm just going to stay on milk the whole time. You do get good things from that, but we were meant to chew on things and to have what meat actually gives us, to fill us and everything else there. So, but I love what it says in Hebrews 10:25. That's our main passage tonight. Was like, don't stop meeting together. The biggest thing, and again, I know, looking back 2020, that was the safest thing. One of the things we could do because we had no idea what was actually going on. But once we opened up again and places started opening, we need each other. We were never meant to be alone. We needed to be. We're social beings. We were created to be in relationships by a relational God. God saw from the very beginning that man was not supposed to be by himself. Henceforth, here comes Eve. a suitable partner for him. We have man and woman, suitable partner, and that's how God created us to be in relationships. And it's just super awesome. But we were never meant to, to be by ourselves. We're supposed to be encouraging and uplifting and having fun and doing life together, to not ever get out of that habit. In a couple weeks, I'm going to talk about how there's a difference between isolation and solitude. Solitude is a moment. Isolation, where we're actually stuck in that. There's a big difference. Solitude should never turn into isolation. Hey, Jesus spent time in solitude, but he was never in isolation to where, he was for the start of his ministry. So for 40 days he was in isolation. But we were never meant to not be around other people. Solitude, being by yourself for a little bit, having quality time with you and God, that's awesome. But we need each other, and that's the big thing. Like our different habits that we have, all the things that we looked at, all of us had similar things we do. Whether it's cracking knuckles or check-in or twirling drumsticks, whatever that is, all these different things. We're connecting all these things because, again, we're connectional people. So it's really cool how that all works. All the fun tonight. So, rounding this all out, how can we be praying? What's going on? Got it.
NBA.
Yeah, NBA.
My dream.
Nick's master's of business degree.
What?
Just kidding.
I'll be better at
That's an MBA. Not NBA.
Thursday.
All right.
Thursday.
¿Dónde está
I may
Thursday?
actually not be able to go.
What's Thursday?
I'm sad.
Oh, football game?
Football.
Ah,
Not that football, but the earth.
I think
American
the problem
football.
the problem is I may not be able to go because my sister also has her first music concert that day, which I'm sad about because I wanted to go to that game so I could
Who's gonna help with percussion?
no one.
It will be fun. All right, so
Rivalry.
Thursday. Is it really a rivalry between you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your two schools, really?
Yeah, I think
Counting
it's much
schools.
more. Yeah, I think it's much
Your
more
beard
between
is so, like,
southeast and
straight.
northwest than it is
Dude,
Kahala.
It's a Christmas tree.
I think that also may
for
just be because
Christmas, he
Kahala
needs
is
to
so
put one
new.
of those like mini Christmas lights in his beard. And that'd be
Nathan,
so
do you agree with this?
Great, you
Yeah.
think I could do it with the microphone?
No. I'm gonna vote no on twirling
No.
microphone.
It's
All right,
true.
so
Marching band is all counting.
Yeah, and once you pick up a trumpet, you just forget how to count half the time. Even yeah,
coming from a guy.
Yeah.
All right. Any other fair requests? So, basketball career, Thursday going well.
Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Going well.
What's
Do you have another competition?
Another competition, the last competition.
The last
Good
one.
job. Wait,
Hopefully we'll get first.
Nick's on the
We
phone
got
with his
second
agent.
last time.
I think our last is the 28th, 9th. No, 28th. No, 29th. No, 28th. I am not hurt right now.
Oh,
All right. Anything else for the good of the order? Nope, we're
how
good.
dare you use my own spell against me, Potter?
Oh, I thought about that today. That was pretty funny. All right. So cool. Anyone want to close out in prayer?
Just reminded me of a picture I saw.
Caleb's laugh is one of my favorites. If you haven't heard it in person or on this podcast, you're missing out. Or Nick- Nick.
Pun.
I do eat bread. See.
Two como manzanas.
See. I do. I do like apples. Yeah.
Tu bebe leche.
I do drink milk. What is this? Duolingo pod.
All
All right.
Tom.
All right. Anyone want to close out in prayer?
No.
Hey, since you opened it, you want to close it? Why not? You can do it. All right.
Okay.
Sound like one of my kids. The guy don't want to. Okay. Cool. Nathan's gonna close this out.
Good joke.
Hey, you want me to?
Josh, you wanna close out in
Okay,
prayer?
I will.
Josh got it. Let's do it.
Dear Heavenly Father, please let us have a wonderful rest today. Please help all the prayer requests mentioned today, and please help this week go pretty well for us. Thank you for forgiving us for our sins and sending your Son to die on the cross for us. And in your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, dude. Great prayer.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks again for tuning in to Movement Monday Podcast, episode 15. Remember to like and subscribe for more fun content, all the stuff. Eventually, we might be moving into like a live video. We'll see if that goes. Just wait. That's in later talk. But it,
It's not gonna happen.
I know if I do talk about it, it's gonna happen. Yeah, we're just gonna
That's
eventually.
actually a good point.
Eventually, looking forward to maybe we'll do a live stream pod, and you'll see everybody, and it'll be really fun. So stay tuned for that. Whenever that does, we'll announce, and it'll be rad. So until then, stay excellent. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.